Top Reddit AI posts of Monday, September 22nd, 2025.
Meta AI Rage quits. Hey, I had a pretty funny idea the other day. You know how I like to play around with AI? Well, I actually asked ChatGPT to roast Meta AI, and it was quite an experience. The results were pretty entertaining. I just wanted to share this little experiment because I thought you'd find it amusing. Posted on the RChatT subreddit by Preheem Harold.
How to create a Hug My Younger Self AI image using Google Gemini Nano Banana prompt tutorial. The Hug My Younger Self trend is exploding. Google Gemini AI creates heartwarming images of your adult self embracing your childhood version. Using its Nano Banana feature, it blends two photos into a nostalgic Polaroid-style snapshot. It's easy to do, helps you reflect on personal growth, and has millions of posts. Just upload your photos to Gemini, add a prompt, and share. Posted on the Arbard subreddit by Letitia Sherry.
Looks like Google is going to have an intense Genie 3 competitor from OpenAI as well. It looks like OpenAI is still very active in non-language model AI development. They'll need to focus on Sora's next versions, 2 and 3, and train them extensively. The goal is to transform Sora into an action-conditioned world model, similar to what Genie 3 is, which will require significant effort. Posted on the Arbard subreddit by Paz Snoo64233.
YouTube's new Ask Amp Learn feature, Gemini integration, comes to the tube. First impressions are really positive. While it can't search the web, this tool excels at finding YouTube videos. It's actually quite satisfying how many results it pulls up, especially for obscure topics. I was genuinely surprised by the breadth of its findings, making it a pretty good experience overall. Posted on the Arbard subreddit by Competitive Travel 16.
Nano Banana stupidly restrict content that shouldn't be restricted. Here's a puzzling one. A user asked an AI to add a router to an image, but instead got a content blocked message. They're completely confused, wondering why such a straightforward and seemingly harmless request would be flagged and denied by the system. What could possibly be the reason for this unexpected block? Posted on the Arbard subreddit by Pars, Affectionate Army 458.
Breaking NVIDIA to invest $100 billion in OpenAI. NVIDIA is investing $100 billion in a new partnership with OpenAI to build massive AI supercomputer infrastructure. This means millions of NVIDIA GPUs will come online by late 2026, creating 10 gigawatts of computing power to help OpenAI achieve its goal of artificial general intelligence. NVIDIA's hardware will be crucial for the future of AI. Posted on the OpenAI subreddit by Pause Ask GPT.
Anthropic co-founders say the likelihood of AI replacing human jobs is so high that they needed to warn the world about it. We should prioritize fixing AI's hallucinations first. While AI is certainly replacing and creating jobs, some argue that offshoring is a more immediate concern than current AI's impact. There's no need to discuss advanced sci-fi AI when today's technology isn't nearly at that level. Posted on the OpenAI subreddit by Stianus25.
Part. Thought on NVIDIA's upcoming $100 billion investment in OpenAI. For superintelligence, 150 gigawatts of new compute energy is needed. NVIDIA's $100 billion investment with OpenAI is expected to provide 10 gigawatts of that. Could this be OpenAI strategically bypassing hyperscalers like Microsoft Azure for chips? And how might it impact Microsoft directly? Posted on the OpenAI subreddit by Davoid3144.
OpenAI's user data shows people are basically outsourcing all of their decisions to ChatGPT. New data from 800 million ChatGPT users shows a big surprise. Most people aren't coding or automating. Instead, nearly half use AI for advice, like, should I take this job? And 40% for tasks. This suggests we're outsourcing judgment and using AI as a thinking partner, not just a tool, to help us make better decisions. Posted on the OpenAI subreddit by Pause. RUTAP2718.
Codexly just spontaneously grew interested in the Texas Longhorns, then gaslit me. You know, it's funny because I was actually in the middle of working on something completely different, nothing to do with Texas or football at all. And honestly, I don't even care about football. Plus, I'm over here in Europe, so it was all quite distant from my reality. Posted on the RopeNI subreddit by Mikkel Schmidt.
AI customer service fucking sucks. You know, people are getting genuinely fed up with companies that rely on AI systems that simply don't work. It feels pretty stupid to replace real human workers with technology that just isn't effective. There's a real desire for companies to choose human competence and interaction over frustrating, broken AI. Posted on the Rartificial subreddit by Melighted.
The latest Linux file system has been open-sourced, possibly opening a door for collective intelligence over geographical areas. XTX Markets has open-sourced TurnFS, their Linux file system. They developed it for massive scalability across multiple geographic regions, perfect for global applications like AI and machine learning. It boasts no single point of failure and redundant data storage for continuous operation. Now available under open-source licenses, TurnFS could see wide adoption. Posted on the Rartificial subreddit by.
Some argue that humans could never become economically irrelevant, because even if they cannot compete with AI in the workplace, they'll always be needed as consumers. However, it is far from certain that the future economy will need us even as consumers. Machines could do that too. Yuval Noah Harari. Imagine an economy where robots produce and algorithms buy without humans. Already, algorithms are major clients in finance and web content, shaping our world through their calculations, not human taste. If humans are needed neither as producers nor consumers, what ensures our well-being? We must urgently find these answers now, before it's too late. Posted on the Rartificial subreddit by.
Do AI-driven altcoin projects even have a shot at real adoption? It seems many projects are just adding AI to their names without any real technology behind them. It feels like a lot of hype and no substance right now. I'd be genuinely interested in an alternative that actually uses AI in a meaningful way, but currently it all seems quite deceptive. Posted on the Rartificial subreddit by Alba Ashir.
Gemini 25 Flash absolutely crushed the past 30 days, the most stable and best value model we've tracked. Continuous benchmarks showed Gemini 2.5 Flash blew everything else out of the water this month. Other models had quality dips, but Flash stayed rock solid, delivering high success, correctness, and sub-second latency. It's incredibly cheap, offering the best cost-to-performance ratio I've seen. Gemini 2.5 Flash is truly the most stable and best bang-for-buck model available. Posted on the Gemini subreddit by Hunuvi.